Hey treasure hunters, don't adjust your device. This is Gangalized Treasures. Hi everybody, it's Ramanda. Took me a while to get on video. Takes some time to get ready to be on the video. No, I'm kidding. I'm all fixed up for something else that I had to record today, so I figured I'd come talk to you about some of my favorite finds so far. So I think you've already heard that Gangalized Treasure is a business from me and my mom, and we are respectively third and fourth generation thrifters, and that I think we owe our cousin Jamie the intellectual credit for making up the word gangalized, but we're taking it and reclaiming it to mean something positive. For gangalized treasure, it means a special ability to see the innate value, to see something as a treasure, and treasure is in the eye of the beholder. Remember when you were 5 and that rock you found at the park was a treasure? Or maybe you're in your 30s like me, and if you find a vintage Lisa Frank notebook with the original poodle art that you loved, that would be a treasure to you. So it's in that same spirit that Mom and I use our ability to see the inherent value in things and understand what's treasure for a lot of different people, and for us to go out thrifting. And we find everything from sports equipment to shoes. I know Mom talked about my special shoe vision talent for telling you how to find really good high name brand running shoes. And I'm going to do a whole video on that later on. I'm actually waiting for another shoe haul so that I can have them at different ages and like show you what I see. Put the man division on. Anyways, we find everything from shoes and sports gear, like I said, to vintage things. Like this chenille throw blanket behind me that's just part of my apartment. I really love vintage. I would describe my style as cottagecore through a 70s lens because of my grandma's house. Somehow I absorbed a lot of her style without picking it or choosing it or knowing it. And here I am going, oh, this looks a lot like grandma's house. Okay. Which is fine. So a lot of the things that stand out to me when I do a sweep in a thrift store, a lot of the things that I see are going to be either vintage remakes because I recognize the style, or vintage pieces because I actually found a treasure. So with that in mind, a lot of the things that I'm bringing will be cross-posted. It'll be in my Facebook selling page and also on Gangalized Treasures eBay. So if you see a treasure on Gangalized Treasure that's true vintage, I would encourage you to bid on it because it's in a lot of other places. It's in Cottagecore Facebook. There's a lot of people hopping on the vintage train, and I'm like, hello friends, where did you all come from? So without further ado, some of my favorite finds here lately. This is 1970s Ellie Smith. This is the moon and star print version of their glassware. This is a real vintage. The real deal that could have came out of Grandma Lorraine's show cabinet. This is the creamer, and this is the sugar bowl. It's a set. And yes, the sugar bowl is open. It doesn't come with a hat. They didn't make a lid for it. It just is. So it could finish somebody's set if anybody is out there with a full green set of Ellie Smith trying to complete your china cabinet. Or it could just be really, really cute. Like I set this on opposite sides of my teapot. I haven't used it yet, but that's because I have a teeny tiny apartment and I haven't had a tea party in here yet. So that's our Ellie Smith 1970s Moon and Stars print glass. Real vintage. And the second treasure I want to show you is this beautiful Sheffield oven to table porcelain. I wouldn't put it in the oven for me. If I was going to use it, it's safe to, but because it's real vintage, it's Ecstasy by Sheffield. And it's literally stamped to say oven to table. But me personally, I would probably just put, like, get those muffin papers and just put different fun cookies in here and, like, take this to somewhere, some event that I knew kids weren't going to be opening or handling it. Or just leave it on the shelf because you love butterflies. I mean, it is what it is. So, and it's got this beautiful rose thingy, peony thingy as the handle. The gold rim is all the way around. There's no chips. There's no damage that I can see, and I've been up close with this guy for a while. So those are two of my favorite vintage pieces that I've found so far, and I'm so excited and getting into it and learning more and loving it. So that's kind of some of the things that I'm looking for when I scan a shelf in a thrift store. So that's enough for me. That's Ramanda for Gangalized Treasure. I'm going to be out there filming a lot more thrift stores in the Kansas City area, and I'll let you know when I find some good stuff. And our timeline right now is that we're trying to have a production schedule where by the time you see the video, the things that are in the video are available on the shop. That doesn't always happen. Sometimes there's technical difficulties. We're just starting. We're doing this from home. You know, this is a homemade mom and daughter business. So if you see something that you're like, oh, that's the thing, like that's your treasure, or that's your, you know, I found your favorite running shoes or whatever it is, let us know in the comments, or let us know, leave us a message on the eBay shop. It's Gangalized Treasure on eBay. The link will be in the description, and we don't do holds, but we will let you know. We'll email you right back and say, okay, now it's on now, go get it. You know, it's live or whatever. It's listed right now. So thanks everybody for listening to me ramble about treasure and vintage and cottagecore. And we'll see you out there. Keep treasure hunting.